This is Twit.
Today we are mourning. We are in mourning. So the reason we are calm is because we are sad. We are mourning the death of 4 different Google services that have served us well these last several years.
They've been wonderful.
First on the list is Allo.
Oh, boy.
Thanks.
You guys are going to cry.
I mean, what are Jason and Ron and I going to do without Allo and the assistant to butt in on our conversations?
Truth is, I uninstalled it weeks ago, but that's okay. That's okay.
I still have it on my phone.
I took it off my home screen last week.
I still have
What's
it on
Allo?
my phone.
So what's Allo? Listen, Adam, let me tell you, we were 3 loyal Allo users from the get-go, from the jump. As soon as they announced Allo, we're like, we're going to use this. Nope.
I had a wonderful weekend in 2016 in New York using Allo and a bunch of tech bloggers, but that was really about the last time I used it.
That wasn't enough? What more did Allo need to do for you, huh? It gave you a weekend in New York.
That was about all it could do for me.
Okay, all right.
Allo was only good for a weekend in New York.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the sad stuff. Yeah. We're also mourning Inbox.
Yeah, not really.
I feel like we already more in that though.
Okay, we did. All right. So apparently it has no official date outside of by the end of March. So,
but which could be any day.
Which could be any day, exactly. Maybe it'll die the day Android Q dev preview or whatever comes out.
Yeah, they soften the blow. We realize you guys are really upset, but here, have the next version of Android.
Also, the Google URL shortener, which is goo.gl.
Yeah.
That is done March 30th. Any links that were created with it will continue to work, but
that's good.
New links not happening. There's nothing new spawning out of this one. And then finally, we say goodbye to the social network that never was.
It was.
No, it was. I know. I was just trying to be super dramatic.
Okay.
Sorry. Google Plus.
I just know we'll get emails. If we
You're right, and I apologize to everybody.
That never was.
It was a bustling. There's a lot of communities who are going to be very sad because they're going to have to move on from Google Plus. And what's the alternative? It's Facebook, but people don't want to be on Facebook these days. I don't know if you've heard, but Facebook doesn't have a very good rap.
No,
these days.
Google Plus.
Google Groups.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are those still around?
I
don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, oh God, Google Groups. Jeez, they are. I think they actually.
Goodbye, sweet Google Plus Prince. You will end for good April 2nd. That's the day after April Fools. And who knows? They could fool us by telling us it's resuscitated on April 1st.
That would be a sick joke.
Sorry, go ahead, Ron.
That would be bad.
So what I find interesting. All right, Allo we've talked a lot about, and Inbox we talked a lot about, and Google Plus we've covered to death. But the goo.gl URL shortener, that's the burying the lead story as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
Because why even get rid of that? And I dug a little deeper into it. And they announced this a year ago, so this has been coming a long time. But they're transitioning the Google URL shortener to Firebase dynamic links, right? So which are FDLs from their blog post, and I have it here. And this is from a year ago, but I do. There you go, Victor. It's in the chat. FDLs are smart URLs that allow you to send existing and potential users to any location within an iOS, Android, or web app. We're excited to grow and improve the product going forward. So basically, they're getting rid of the URL shortener to allow deep linking within iOS and Android apps as well as web apps. Like this is a huge shift and huge change, especially for developers and for people who make apps and things like that. I think that's fascinating. So
Ron's right. It is a big deal. It's a bigger deal than Allo dying. It's true.
Well, it's less about getting rid of the shortener being the big deal, but the transition to FDLs and making a push to make FDLs. Because if we remember, URL shorteners did one thing and made it allowed us to post a link to Twitter without using up characters.
Yeah,
and
track it.
And track it.
Yeah.
And then they added tracking and that sort of thing. So I'm curious what FDLs will add to the world, and if FDLs will be more consumer adopted or be mainly just for developers. And used within apps. I don't know. I think that's really interesting. that just caught my eye.
Ron's right. I mean, remember at Google I/O, they do so much centered around Firebase and like what it's capable of, and they show you the games that run off of it and the apps that run off of it. And so, I mean, I wonder if this is supposed to actually streamline things versus using URL shorteners.
Always.
That's a good find, though. I'll have to. I admit I knew really nothing about this, so I'm going to have to dig into this after we go off the air, just because this sounds like a really fascinating a transition.
Yeah, but I could integrate. Yeah. Nice. I'm sad though for things that I've used a lot. I mean, Google URL shortener I haven't used as much, I suppose. But.
I used it. It was kind of one of those background things.
I used it purely within Google Apps. Like I used it all the time within Google Forms when you make a like a poll or something like that. It automatically shortens it to goo.gl.
Right.
So